Welcome to this Quantum Security and Defense presentation. What happens when the strange world of quantum mechanics collides with the precision-driven world of finance? And thank you for being a valued member of our community.
Tomek Ćwik is an entrepreneur and co-founder of the award-winning quantum computing startup finQbit, with over 15 years of diverse experience across the IT and financial sectors. Known for delivering cutting-edge innovations, Tomek has advised and collaborated with international corporations and startups alike. His core expertise spans the shaping and execution of IT strategies, driving digital transformation, leading pioneering R&D initiatives, and managing complex M&A activities for top-tier financial institutions.
Thank you, Anna, for that wide introduction. So I'm really glad to be with you today. I will just try to set my screen, which will make that easier. So I hope you see the slides. Okay, perfect. So in one world, I'm just Tomek, the founder of finQbit, and I will try to talk with you today what happens if we combine quantum mechanics with precision-driven financial market. And this is what, by the way, we do every day. We are at the intersection of financial market risk modeling, and quantum computing. And I always like to start with the quote of Google executive, the head of quantum AI lab at Google, who says that it looks like nothing is happening, and then wow, suddenly we are in a different world. And the prime example was ChatGPT, which surprised multiple organizations, including financial institutions. But financial institutions did the homework. I mean, they don't want to be surprised the second time. And by the way, the quote of Google executive was not about LLMs and ChatGPT. It was about quantum computing. And the financial industry, what is important, is the second biggest investor in quantum technologies today. One of the reasons is that financial industry, according to multiple reports, this is the example of IQM report, will be one of the most affected industries by the quantum computing in the coming years. And I believe that within such community as today, you usually discuss the cybersecurity topics related to quantum key distribution or post-quantum cryptography, which is also important. I mean, the major currency of the banks is the trust. So the trust of the customers is super important, and this is one of the fields where financial industry is trying to apply quantum technologies. But the spectrum is much wider. However, usually we treat financial institutions, financial markets as transaction driven. When we wire transfer, it has to be transactional, it has to be precision driven. So usually we think that financial industry knows everything for sure, which is not true, because we solve multiple problems inside financial industry which are multidimensional. So they are very complex. We have multiple factors which are hard to solve using classical methods. It's same with physics. I'm quite sure you know the guy on the picture. This is Sir Isaac Newton, who is the father of classical physics. I believe we have multiple physicists today on the call. So he is the father of classical law of physics. I'm quite sure that everybody remembers some equations, some law of motion, for instance, from the high school or primary school. However, the law of Newtonian laws doesn't work if we go deeper on the molecule level, on the quantum level. Then the quantum mechanics sets the rule. Why I'm mentioning that? Because Newtonian world is deterministic. So we can say that we know everything for sure. I mean, we can calculate if we hit the ball, and we know the position, we know the vector, we know the the power, we can calculate where the ball will fall down. However, in a quantum world, we don't know anything for sure. So this is the world which is more probabilistic. So we can, using classical methods, we can do approximation and simulation to calculate such problems.
Watch the full presentation online. Simply search Quantum Security Defense to join the community and watch over 70 quantum lectures, find training courses, and more.